This is the esports team Dark Zero, multi-time ALGS champions who won LAN in Raleigh, North Carolina. And this is Jacob McMillan. You probably know him as Hiswattson. You know, one of the best Apex players in the world, who is no stranger to controversy, who fathered the Seer meta, the guy who kinda made you forget that Dark Zero repeated as ALGS champs. But how did we get here? How did we go from this to this?
Oh my god, and Hiswattson goes insane!
How did Hiswattson become the people's champion? Meet Jacob McMillan, a self-proclaimed black sheep gamer who had a tight bond with his dad. His passion for gaming ignited early through his brother, backed by family support due to his good grades. While most young gamers jumped into online Call of Duty battles, Wattson faced a challenge living in remote Arkansas with slow satellite internet. Undeterred, he swapped online Xbox parties for mastering the toughest Call of Duty campaign, aiming to beat his own speed record. His first gamer tag, Time of Death. Wattson would eat, sleep, and breathe video games. As he once said,
I'm just typical, like, nerdy, sweaty gamer. I just play games and never went outside, and did that pretty much my whole childhood. And I mean, when you do something for 8 hours a day your whole life, it's pretty hard not to be good at it. So
little did he know, his 24/7 gaming obsession would pave the way to an unexpected future payoff. After years without online gaming access, he finally was able to play at his grandmother's. He desperately wanted a PC of his own, and he begged and pleaded with his father. His father, not able to afford a full PC build, took money out of his retirement fund to buy him a gaming laptop.
For like a year or two, so Dad's a legend.
The first game he played, League of Legends.
So I was playing League of Legends, which dark part of my life. I want to forget that as much as possible. I'm the worst version of myself when I play League of Legends.
One day, a friend told Wattson that famous streamer Shroud was playing Apex Legends. Begrudgingly, Wattson stopped playing and downloaded Apex Legends, and in his own words,
I was horrible. Never played a shooter before, worst player in the game.
Apex was apparently very intense on his gaming laptop, so much that it fried his laptop. Wattson was out of gaming for 1 year. During that year, he saved up to buy his first PC and went back to Apex Legends, and this started his 8-hour-a-day Apex obsession. With COVID-19 hitting the country and keeping everyone inside, Wattson began to grind and gained a passion for Apex Legends rank. Still hampered by poor internet, Wattson would ask his father over and over to go to his grandparents' house.
Okay, so basically, when I was playing Apex, I didn't have internet at my parents' house to play games on, but my grandma did for some reason. So I would beg my dad every day to let me stay with my grandparents so that I could play Apex and just no life, no productivity, nothing. I would just no life Apex.
When his father gave in, he would carry his entire gaming setup just to grind ranked. This went on for 9 months until his father's home got an internet upgrade. What happened next was him grinding to #1 pred with fellow Apex pro Keon. As this happened, his Twitch following began to grow, streaming late night hours until his internet would give out, sometimes taking up to 3 weeks before it could be repaired. Wattson believed he could do this as a career. Coincidentally, so did Keon. Twitch numbers were through the roof across the board. People were inside. Apex as a game was exploding. Wattson grew more and more frustrated with his situation, while also not wanting to be a burden to his parents. After all, he wasn't working a 9 to 5. He was simply playing video games. It's hard to understand Twitch and gaming as a career in 2023, let alone 3 years ago. A plan was developed, a plan that would ultimately change his life forever. Hiswattson decided that he wanted to make a career out of streaming and gaming. but couldn't do so in his current situation. Keon wanted to help a friend, so he messaged Wattson and asked would he move in with him and really pursue this career. Keon asked his mom, who told him yes for $400 a month. Keon then gave his mother $1,600 and asked for 4 months.
I talked to my mom. I was like, hey, mom, I was like, you know how like I showed you like what I was doing? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, the dude that helped me get there, I was like, he needs help too, because he can't even do it anymore. So my mom was like, that's fine, like $400 a month. And I was like, not like I was like, mom, I'll give you $1,600, like let him live here for 4 months.
Wattson agreed under one condition.
I let you live with me. Will you grind for number 1 and 2 and just stream and, you know, grow our careers? And I was like, I guess. I was like, but I'm not getting on a plane because I was scared of planes. So I was like, if you're gonna come over there, you have to come pick me up. Like, you need to drive from Utah, Arkansas, 20 hours, come pick me up and drive me back. And if you do that, yes, I will play with you and grind Apex.
Wattson then asked his parents, who told him no, he can't go. Wattson's message to Keon, pick me up on Friday.
He like messaged me back like 2 days later, and he was like, my parents said no, but he's like, come get me Friday.
Keon left Utah in the dead of night to begin a 22-hour drive, only stopping for gas and food, and they arrived Friday night around 8 p.m. in Arkansas. Within 30 minutes, Wattson had his gaming PC, his monitors, and Herman Miller packed, and they rode off into the night. Wattson was welcomed with open arms into Keon's family while they played day in and day out, growing on Twitch while reaching top Apex Pred status.
Season 10 split 1, finished it off. I was number 1, Wattson was number 2.
To the point where Wattson was able to move back in Arkansas to a trailer in an area where reliable internet was available. Wattson had made a name for himself. The trailer park rank grinder was moving up. With ALGS approaching, professional esports team Furia, struggling to gain relevance, came calling. They wanted Hiswattson to join their roster just days before Last Chance Qualifiers.
And then, because they pulled me in 3 days before LCQ, basically. So they were like, it was 3 days before LCQ for LAN. Like, LCQ for LAN. Okay, Wattson played for our team.
Wattson never wanted to play comp. He never enjoyed the style. He fancied himself a very mechanically skilled ranked grinder. Not to mention, Furia was a notorious zone team, and Wattson admittedly didn't know what to do in endgame. He also didn't want an IGL. Furia signed Hiswattson just days before Last Chance Qualifiers. He was asked to IGL anyways and lead his team to champs. After radically changing Furia's playstyle, Wattson played Seer along with Falcon Gibraltar.
And I was like, okay, I guess. And I joined their voice chat with Pan and Zera, and I never talked to them before. 3 days before LCQ, and C-Line said something, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna play Seer, and you're gonna play Gibby, and you're gonna play Valk, and I'm gonna IGL. The reality is, if we try to play like how they're gonna play, like we play zone, we play super smart, we're gonna get rolled, because I suck at this. I'm not good. So let's just run at people and play for kills.
This earned him a berth in the Apex Legends Global Series. The Trailer Park Warrior, the kid who wasn't too far removed from satellite internet, who took a chance to move across the country with strangers, was headed to Raleigh, North Carolina to play against the best Apex Legends players in the world. The Apex Legends Global Series, the biggest and best teams in all of Apex Legends. TSM, Optic Gaming, NRG, among others, all here to claim a championship. Still new to the scene, analysts overwhelmingly picked against Furia. Wattson and Furia had one more trick up their sleeve. Virtually half the lobby would run the comp of Gibby, Valk, and Caustic, and almost every other team had some kind of defensive legend so they could play for positioning. Furia's plan was slightly different. They played for kills and actually ran at teams. What happened next will put the other teams in the Apex Legends community on notice.
Lots of questions. Will he perform on land?
But they managed to fight back. Pandas will fall into 2 versus 2.
Here's Wattson looking for his second big chunky damage from the Peacekeeper. Last player alive, only for a few seconds.
We're finally able to find the last player. Gibby is going to be going down here. And
Here comes Furia! Hiswattson just beaming. Here's Wattson. He gets one. He might even get two. It's huge flash to the top right of your screen. Unfortunately for Furia, it's looking like, oh! What? Maybe it doesn't look good.
as soon as they saw that there was the potential to get these PK shots on the remaining players, they made the push.
Points overall, but take your eyes down to 5th place. 15 kills for Furia. The boys were shredding. They take to the skies. Can they get into the skies? Bullets down! Dreamfire crash landing, and it's Furia who take advantage.
Furia ruining everyone's day right now. The rest tries to come through, but the finish is going to happen. Not let people escape, and this is the down.
Peekaboo!
It's the Seer, and now the finish will come through. Team Burger eliminated.
And it's been down to those final moments. And Gibraltar, I think, has maybe been a bit more of an influence. People realize, take her out of there! And it seems like this man on your screen is becoming a superstar overnight at the moment. He has introduced himself to the competitive scene in some way.
Furia dominated the group stage and moved on to grand finals. The 20 best teams in all of Apex Legends. They only had one objective: get to match point as quickly as possible. 50 points through kills and placement. Eliminate everyone in sight, and it's safe to say that Furia got off to a great start.
Connect some shots.
Here's Wattson. His kills by the looks of things. Fnatic eliminated.
NRG! Here comes NRG!
We back up. I'm dead.
Oh my God, now it's a 2v2. Speaking of getting into the action and getting back into the action, it looks like here's Wattson. He's going to come back for some revenge.
Yeah, I said it was good news for the lobby that he was out, but bad news for the lobby, he is back.
I'm on the roof. 110 on Gibby on the battle. Got him.
Furia's 100 Thieves have fallen. Big damage though onto Zera Tricky, but it doesn't matter. At one point, this game looked like a lost cause for Furia. But they roar back and they take game number 2.
Like a phoenix from the ashes. They lost one, they come back into things, and they absolutely slap this lobby around. And this is why Furia are one of the most terrifying teams in match point points. But Furia, 15 kills, 12 placement points. That's half the match point total just from that game.
Indeed, Furia roar into first place. 39 points on the board after just 2 games.
I've been so impressed by this team. They are ranked warriors, and they say they're gonna have all types of info, wall hacks come through, Wattson and Killapoke.
Gaming, I'm gonna have to see.
Wow.
Here as Furia now in this fight. Check her back though. It is Wattson now.
There, Wattson.
In the baby.
Watch your LOSs. You're
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'm on.
I'm batting.
He needs help. He's not relaxed.
72. We won that. All right.
Yo, let's get
I
baby.
gotta
You suck.
reset. I need that armor.
Our team's down the thing.
Here. There you go. I need it back
90.
there. That's all you right now.
coming.
Peek for you. I got it. Let Zera peek for you. You guys
I
got
get on him. You got it.
Good shit. We're gonna win this game. We have it.
Just like that, Furia unlocks match point at 52. The first team to hit the 50-point match point threshold. If they win the next game, they are your ALGS champions.
Stated here for you guys. Furia, the first team to hit match point. 64 points now in their pocket.
With Furia the only team on match point, they no longer needed to run at people. They needed to win. With no defensive legends, questions started to arise as to if they should switch compositions or maybe change their play style.
The other thing is Furia sitting at 71 points. I think everyone's thinking, do they change their composition or do they continue to play how they're playing? I say you keep playing how you're playing. It got you this far to begin with, and you also got to consider about putting as many points on the board as possible.
And Furia are still being aggressive. They are continuing that same play style we've seen all tournament long. Previous winners, AIM, were eliminated in 12th position. Furia have a lot of eyes on them right now, but maybe we'll try and capitalize on this damage here. Shred with the Horizon, but here's Wattson needs to stay up.
That might have just saved him. It just blocked the line of sight on the team trying to force him back.
Oh,
TSM4, as does his Wattson. Zeratricky and Pandas, they can't get it back on his feet this time, but Zeratricky says, don't worry, boys, I'm going to try and win us a championship on my own. Zeratricky!
Fury are eliminated. We're guaranteed a match number 7.
These guys, the bosses of the lobby, need to get taken out. This might be it. No, they take another 3v3.
Team Liquid?
They are on a running rampage. It was NRG, it was Alliance, and now it's Team Liquid on the hit list for Furia.
I'm gonna heal this purple and.
Do we have a spot in zone here to play?
I'm right behind us. Behind us, yeah. Grab that swap, grab the swap, grab the swap. Red. Shoot at them.
Give me one, dude. I got shit on.
36,
I'm one bullet.
Queuing it, just heal.
I'm dead. This guy was cracked, I think. Yeah, they're gonna throw me down.
Wait, looking for you or what?
Valve for placement.
Let's go.
Alright. Damn it, bro.
Delete you. See ya!
Aim!
Not out of bounds?
He's out of bounds. He's out of bounds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know. There's a little corner.
my God.
There's a little corner.
Oh my
He's
God.
fine.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Exo
He's
getting
out
shot
there
at.
too.
Exo getting shot at
Oh
from
my
behind.
God.
Oh no. Vander's getting stuck.
See you later. Game number 8.
Furious struggles began to mount with another elimination as 2 more teams were now on match point.
But still 100 Thieves are alive.
Gone!
Now they go. One match point team is gone.
Guilty! Oh, would you believe it? The first 2 teams to be eliminated in this lobby are 2 teams who are set up to call themselves champions. Now it's just Furia. They have another roll of the dice here. Are you going to let this opportunity slip through your fingers? Are you going to be able to take advantage of it? Are you going to be able to call yourself champions? Or are you going to look back on this opportunity as one missed?
Furia, they want to take another fight.
But Furia do not care what the name is. They do not care your reputation. They just want to take you down.
Zeratricky's low. Zeratricky is very low. Can they get a first knock? No. Zach Mazer opens things up. Panda's also down.
Here's Wattson. The last chance for Furia. It has to go huge. It has to be 1v3. Furia are out. One more game.
Going into match 9, the pressure mounted even further with now 9 teams on match point, including former ALGS champions Dark Zero. One Kraber shot later and Furia was gone with several match point teams still alive. Furia and Wattson now had to rely on other teams to play spoiler to give them one more shot.
TSM's alive! TSM is looking to do it in dramatic fashion. 5 squads remain. Space Station, Dark Zero, and GMT on match point. Optic and TSM, our biggest brands in Apex, can play spoiler. Dark Zero, he's out. Dark Zero looking to go back to back. They take out one. Sharky pushes. Dome shield is placed, and now Dark Zero is going to be your champions of the Apex Legends Global Series.
This does not matter. Congratulations to Dark Zero. They are one of the best teams in Apex. But Hiswattson absolutely won the weekend. Was Furia one of the best performing teams? Yes. Hiswattson won ALGS MVP. This tournament made him a star. He was the talk of the tournament, and all he's done since is become one of the biggest content creators in Apex, give back to the community by donating his winnings to underpaid ALGS staff, donate Twitch ad revenue, and sponsor tournaments while being equally hilarious and relatable. He may not have won LAN, but he will always be the people's champ.